Hello everyone and welcome to another Wizard101 video. Today I'm going to be giving you my my kind of video essay slash synopsis on why I think Arc 2 is the best arc of Wizard101. Now, don't get me wrong, I think all of the arcs are almost equal in regards to how great they are. I think they're all fantastically well built and well designed to be a good story. But I think Arc 2 definitely shines above the rest for a few reasons that I'm going to get into later on. But first, I'm going to give you kind of an overview of the arc. So, after you beat Celestia, you beat the big baddie of Arc 1, you think you're done. And then Merle Ambrose calls you back up and you're like, yo, you need to go to Celestia. There's some spooky stuff going on. So you go to Celestia, you learn about astro magic, you get through the world, and then you find out at the end of the world and throughout the world that Morganth, who is known as the Shadow Queen, is trying to bring the demise of the spiral through shadow magic, or through her shadows and her shadow type magic. And basically she's devastating every world she comes to as a result. So, you know, we go through, we do that through Celestia. We're trying to stop her from getting her deck of shadows. She gets her deck of shadows anyway. And, we encounter her at the very end in the, what's this? This thing. The Lunarium? The Solarium? The Chancel. Yeah, that one. And she's all like, haha, you can't stop me. And then she says some of the words of the things, like the mirror will break, the horn will call, and then she leaves. And yeah, when she leaves, yeah, she just kind of is like, yo, don't follow me. I will bring destruction. Goodbye. So, cool. All's well. We've solved the issue in Celestia. Celestia's fine. Then we get another call from Merle. Merle's all like, yo, Wizard, you get out of class. You need to do Zephyria. And your wizard, being the hero he is like, oh, okay. And goes to Zephyria. Yeah, in Zephyria, we're also trying to stop Morganth. Morganth is being even worse than usual. She just, like, you know, goes through the world, devastates the population, and then, like, we follow her all the way through. She's causing wars, by the way. And then we follow her to Mirror Lake. In Mirror Lake, she's like, the mirror will break, the horn will call, from the shadows I strike, the world will fall, or something like that. And then she dips. This actually might be where she gets her deck. I'm not entirely sure. But basically, this entire thing, we're trying to stop Morganth from being Morganth. So, yeah. That's that. Nothing particularly, like, interesting, I'd say, happens story-wise in Zephyria. It definitely furthers the plot, and we learn that Morganth is a bitch. And, yeah, Merle calls us back up, and he's like, hey, I know you've been to Celestia and Zephyria. I know you're having a time, but I need you to go to Avalon. Morganth is not actually in Avalon, fun fact. Avalon is almost like the Crocotopia of Arc 2, where Crocotopia had no direct thing with Malice there, besides that he just visited there. Avalon we go to because we're trying to get the Sword of Kings, which is a useless sack of shit, and we're learning about Morganth's past. That's the only reason why we're coming here. Also, besides solving the main issues of the world, we solve the issues. We get the Sword of Kings. We find out that the Sword of Kings is useless. It gives like 30 crit and like 20 block or something stupid like that. And then we move on. And Merle's like, okay, yeah, now you gotta go to Azteca, because we get a distress call from Azteca, and they're saying, oh god, we're dying, the Shadow Queen is here, Morganth is here. We come and we're like, oh god. And then we go through the brutal world that is Azteca, fighting Belloc 3 times or whatever, you know, going through it. Then eventually we launch ourselves in a catapult, a bow and arrow, boom, straight up to Xibalba, the giant meteor flowing through the sky. Turns out Morgantha's there. She summoned Malastare from the dead, and yeah, now the meteor is hurtling towards Azteca at rapid rates. Yeah, so basically, we beat Malastare up. Morgantha's like, bye, and then leaves. And yeah, basically this entire world is doomed not to be saved again. We fucked Malastare one last time, wink, wink, totally one last time. And then, you know, we just move on with our lives. You know, we're like, aha, this world is dying, goodbye. And then we move on. Then we get another call from the so-called Council of Light, which is Merle Ambrose, Diego the Duelist, some of the professors, basically just random people who happen to be in this Council of Light. They're like, hey, you need to go to Chrysalis because Morgantha's in Chrysalis and she's taking it over as the Shadow Queen. And we're like, okay. And then we go to Chrysalis. What do we find in Chrysalis? Absolute chaos. And then we learn shadow magic because shadow magic is cool, and Grandmother Raven won't be so happy about that later on. We learn about Morgantha's past and Radiance Reborn. We save Sardonyx, you know, we keep going, we go to the Hive, then we go to the Shadow Palace and fucking murder Morgantha. Now, that's the synopsis of the plot. Now, why do I consider this better than Arcs 1 and Arc 3? Well, mainly because of the grandiose story and just exactly how well together it's, like, how well put together it is. Every single world of the arc feels perfectly in place, and it all accumulates into this giant final battle that Morgantha becomes. Also, we learn the devastating impact she has on every world. For Malastare in Arc 1, we were kind of going to the worlds and solving the issues that were already there with, while chasing Malastare. And this, we're solving the issues that Morgantha directly caused, and we're having some problems, right? Arc 3, I would consider a close second to this one. That's not to say Arc 1's bad. I would just say Arc 3 is better than Arc 1 as well, because you're chasing Grandfather Spider. I can't say I entirely liked the ending. I don't think it was bad. I just think it was a little bit of a cop-out or something like that. But, and we're beating up Grandfather Spider's children, the children who ravaged the landscape, brought chaos. I would consider them to be very cool villains. I just think Imperia, in my opinion, was a bit worse. It was a worse feeling than Chrysalis. I still like Chrysalis less, but I think Imperia was like Chrysalis, but slightly less well made and less impactful because we'd already seen it before. But obviously Polaris and Mirage are fantastic worlds. I think if Arc 3 had 5 worlds as well, I might actually like it a little bit better than Arc 2. I just think that because Arc 2 has 5 worlds, all extremely well put together and extremely impactful to the storyline and different aspects of the game, I think Arc 2 is better overall. Now, you're free to debate me in the comments, free to leave your own opinions. I'm going to leave it here. I just think Arc 2 was overall the best. I hope you liked my synopsis of it. And yeah, that's this video for today. I already kind of know what I'm doing for the next 3 days of videos. And so yeah, I'll see you then. If you enjoyed, drop a like, hit the sub button. See you in the next episode. Have a fantastic day. Thank you all for watching.